Our next guest was a 4-year monogram winner for the men's soccer team and was selected 21st overall in the 2007 Major League Soccer Super Draft by the Chicago Fire. He's now in his 3rd season coaching our women's soccer. Nate Norman, welcome to the fight.
Thanks for having me, Molly.
Nate, these past 9 months have created a number of unique challenges for all of our coaches and student athletes at Notre Dame. When you take a look back at this period, what are you most proud of?
Yeah, I mean, I think just proud of like the resiliency of our players. Like wasn't an easy time for sure, to kind of get through the struggles of the pandemic and all of that. But they came in and it was definitely like a different season, a different type of preseason. You couldn't do sort of your own culture building stuff that you usually do during your preseasons. You have to be isolated and and that type of thing. But our team was able to come together and I think have a really solid fall. But I think most of all, we were able to do some other things like I think do some really good service stuff and kind of keep our minds on things that are really, really important of just some of the struggles that we see in the world today due to the pandemic and other things going on.
Yeah. The Irish play in arguably the best soccer conference in America. If you win the ACC, you've got a great chance to win a national championship. So tell us about your current team and how close is your program to competing for the ACC title and the national title again?
Yeah, the ACC is awesome, to play, and it's a super exciting conference. I mean, the reality is like we usually have 8, 9 teams that make the NCAA tournament. Usually there's always 6, 7 teams in the top 25 in any given moment. So every game is a battle. Even some of the back end teams that can beat some of the top end teams at any moment. And I think it's a great gauge for us because many times one of the national champions comes from our conference. So we're able to look inside of our conference every year and I think put a great barometer for where we're at. I think where we're at now is we still. I think there's some teams like North Carolina and Florida State that have really been sort of the torchbearers, if you will, of our conference for the last 4 or 5 years, and they're teams that we're definitely closing the gap on, and I think those are teams we're really excited to play in the future to take them to hopefully take them down, and I've seen us make some really good progress really with every single year, and then yeah, hopefully this upcoming spring we're able to kind of continue that on because obviously it's a weird year, but we feel really good about the progress and excited about where the future is.
Nate, you mentioned before the ways that your team gives back off the field. I know your team recently participated in something called the Brighter Christmas event. What can you tell us about this event and why is it important that our student athletes are involved in programs like these?
Yeah, I think if you're at a place like Notre Dame, I know people come from different backgrounds, but you're definitely blessed to be at a school like this. From my experience here, you're just around wonderful people. You have wonderful resources. You're a part of a wonderful family. Like I can even tell you, I won't get into them, but stories where I, definitely fell into valleys here where you struggle, but you have so many great people that will help you through it. They won't turn their back on you. And I think once you get here, you really realize that, and I think knowing that you should have that purpose of what can I do to help others, what can I do to serve others, what can I do to be selfless, and our team, I'm always blown away. Like it's truly an honor to be a part of them. Like they take it upon themselves to not only figure out what they can do within our team to help each other, but also in our local community, and they've done some wonderful things. Even this year we did a food drive that I think was pretty incredible. We raised a bunch of money and actual food for the Northern Indiana food drive, which obviously is a huge need right now with with the pandemic and all that stuff. And we had a player on our team, Cameron Dyke, that created a really cool program called Find to Read, Find to Feed, which basically films the coach and players and athletes around the country reading, children's books for kids who maybe, want to be able to see that online, but also to be able to promote, basically donating to your local food drive. So, just really amazing stuff that our team has done this year.
Mm-hmm. Coach Norman, thanks so much for joining us on The Fight.